Good morning, Slow. I am so happy to be here with all of you on this beautiful morning to give you an update with what's going on at the Land Conservancy. When preparing for today, I was thinking back to the last couple of times I've been on this stage. Once was to announce the completion of the Octagon Farm Center. And another time I was sharing the exciting news of our grand opening of the Pismo Preserve, now beloved by over 185,000 visitors a year. Wow, those were some exciting times, inspiring, and those were highly visible projects. Today, I get to share more about another type of project we work on every day. One that you may have heard of, but wonder what it's all about. Wait for it, conservation easements. These are voluntary agreements between our organization and willing landowners. They protect forever lands with important wildlife habitat, food production, scenic value, water resources, and many other community benefits. Whew, that's a mouthful. Let's leave the jargon there for a minute. What better way to talk about conservation easements and understand their impact than to highlight a project we just completed, the conservation of the Kamada Ranch. So let's start with any given day on the property. Members of the Morrison family wake up early to feed their horses, pigs, chickens, and unique creatures such as fallow deer and peacocks. In fact, people bring their peacocks to them when they no longer want them in their yards. They have raised livestock for decades, including a dozen bison thrown in for fun. With hundreds of miles of fencing, dozens of water troughs that support the holistic management of the ranch, and cows with calves to care for, a couple members of the family set out on horseback to check on just one small portion of this ranch. Meanwhile, back at the headquarters, other family members are prepping to host several Boy Scout troops for their annual trip to the ranch and loading their safari trucks to give a group of geologists a tour of a really cool fossil site on the property later in the afternoon. Multiple generations of the Morrisons make their living off the land, and they love sharing it with others. The Kamada Ranch is composed of rolling golden grasslands and diverse oak woodlands. It is common for golden eagles to soar above, and endangered San Joaquin kit foxes raise their young there. And the ranch is huge, basically everything the light touches. Yeah. Its vast size at 27,512 acres is significant. You can see it easily from space. And it's also ahead of mine, size of the city of San Francisco. Its undeveloped parcels form a critical wildlife corridor connecting the Carrizo Plain to our coastal mountains. In 2019, part of the family approached our organization with a big problem they were hoping we could help solve. Other members of the family wanted out, and they were pushing to divide and sell most of the land in just a few years. The Morrisons were hoping we could help, and we jumped at the chance to protect this property forever. And that's where the jargon returns. A conservation easement was the perfect solution to this challenging situation. It gave us a way to buy and retire the rights to subdivide and develop the land, essentially compensating the Morrison family for keeping the ranch together and providing the funding needed to buy out the family members who were forcing the issue. After almost 5 years of planning, fundraising, and overall hard work, we completed the conservation easement on April 19, 2024. To protect over 27,000 acres in our county in one project with a family that cares deeply for the land and shares it with others is phenomenal. It is the second largest easement in our county, with Hearst Ranch being the first, Hearst Ranch being the first, and among the top 10 in the state. And I keep pinching myself to make sure that we actually pulled it off and I'm not just dreaming. So if you find yourself driving out Shell Creek Road to view the wildflowers next spring, and you decide to venture a little further east towards the Carrizo Plain, you'll be driving along the southern edge of the ranch for miles. From there, it stretches up to the outskirts of Shandon. While the ranch remains in private ownership, and to go there you need to arrange a tour with the family, you can rest assured that this incredible landscape will largely remain untouched, providing all the benefits it does for agritourism, local food, critical wildlife and plant habitat, and scenic beauty. All the things that we love about living up here have been protected with the Kamada Ranch Conservation Easement. I am also happy to share that we have completed several other easements across our county over the last few years, protecting Letitia Winery, 2 properties in the Slow Greenbelt, 1 in Toro Valley, and a couple in the hills above Cayucos and Cambria. These are wonderful successes for land conservation, though I always like to clarify that we are not anti-development. We believe in smart development and preventing poorly lands for all. We are working to shape the future of our home, support the hardworking families that raise our local food, and connect people to the natural world that makes our community such a wonderful place to live, work, and play. I'm speeding up because I'm running out of time. I know so many of you in the crowd today have supported our work, and because of you, we have protected 67,000 acres in our first 40 years. And there is much more to come. Thank you to all of you for caring so much about our community, and my deepest gratitude to the Chamber for having me here today. As our staff would say at the end of every staff meeting, let's go save some land.